Hi everyone, it's Danielle. Welcome back to my channel. Y'all, I didn't even upload last week because it has been so dark and gloomy and raining. The lighting was horrible, but today it is beautiful outside. So I'm ignoring the dishes, ignoring the dust, and all responsibilities, and I'm going back out to the thrift stores. So let's get thrifting, and then I'll see you back here for the haul and styling. All right, y'all, I was grabbing a cart and I said, what's that over there? And look at these beautiful brown transferware dishes hiding down here on a bottom shelf. I feel like I've said this before, but these types of glasses are the best for iced water or iced anything. We actually have a few different types of these that we use here at the house. And I don't know, I just feel like everything tastes so much better in this thin glass. I was a little confused by this. I don't know if it came this way or if someone glued these together. What do y'all think? Is this someone's abandoned craft project, or am I missing something here? This was an actual oil painting, and you can see the back shows that it's older, but it wasn't priced. And this one wasn't either, but I think it was also a bit older. I love this winter scene. Is this a courier and I've seen? The bottom only said Otagiri or Otagiri, Japan. And you know what? I don't have any winter mugs, so I probably should have snagged that. This looked like an ironstone piece, but I'm not positive if it was. It was missing the lid, but that would mean it would be cute to put an ivy plant in. They had a ton of LED candles this day, and I love a good drippy candle, so I was contemplating getting these. I was trying to keep an eye out for any cool vintage artwork over here. They've recently been hanging most of the vintage stuff on the walls, but you can still find some stuff over here. I liked the shape of this frame, and then the next one you're about to see, oh, I love this. Look at that blue matting. I love the artwork. So pretty. I just didn't want to pay $15 for it. I think this was a reprint of a maybe local store opening. I wish I had found this a month or so ago, because when I was decorating the house for spring, I was wanting to do kind of like a antique seed box inspired craft and just print out a seed label and glue it on the inside, kind of like those antique ones that are all over eBay, but they're so expensive. So I wish I had found that box then. So while I was looking through these pillows and the sheets and stuff, a man that worked here was on his hands and knees on top of one of their shelving units. He was hanging photos on the wall, but he was on one of the units with tons of plates and dishes. And y'all, this man fell through the first shelf, and I just heard this huge crash. Garrett was with me, and all the plates shattered and crashed to the ground. Garrett ran over and he was fine, but that was very risky of him. I loved this bag. I have so many that I never even wear, so I did leave it, but very cute. It was very Mary Tyler Moore. How adorable is this baby pink laundry hamper? It was in decent condition too, but if I still had my vintage dressing room like at the last house, she would have come home with me for sure. All right, y'all, let's not even waste any time. Duh, I got some of the brown transferware dishes, These are so gorgeous. Let me show you them individually. So I did only get a few pieces because they had a huge stack of bread plates, I think, or no, saucer plates, as well as some smaller like bread plates or something, and I don't need that many. But I did get the one large plate that they had. This is so pretty. I will use these probably for fall. The back says, what does this say here? Double Phoenix Nikko Japan. So I think definitely vintage. The best part was that each of these pieces were like $2 and some change. I was expecting them to be way more because that store does have like a vintage section. And then I got 2 of the smaller plates. I don't think these are salad plates. I'm just gonna call them bread plates. I liked that this one was a little more faded than this one here. I'm not sure you can tell on camera. Hello? But I think these are so gorgeous. These were $2.35 a piece. And then they only had one little bowl, and I almost left it because since I stack things in my curved cabinet, this can get kind of lost this way. But I thought, you know what? This has the most beautiful crazing down in here. I might put a candle in it and stick this on the coffee table for fall time. So those are the dishes that I brought home. Okay, and then how cool are these? I love me a chunky, drippy candle. These are just LEDs. I wish they were real, but these are gonna look so cool. I actually think for now I wanna put them in the guest bath down here, like in the corner of the bathtub. Only the big one works. This one is all rusted and it doesn't work, but they were only $1.50 a piece, and I love them so much. I just really love this big, chunky one, and I couldn't believe they were only $1.50. I don't know if y'all can hear it in my voice, but the pollen has been killing me, like absolutely hammering me to death. Don't say that. Okay, I don't know if y'all will be able to hear it in my voice, but this pollen has been absolutely killing me. Actually, this candle is exactly how I've been feeling lately. Okay, and then the next best thing to the brown transferware is I found this little bundle of vintage or antique little silverware pieces. Let me show you them individually. They were all $1 a piece. So I think my favorite are these little tongs. How cute are those? I only have one other pair of tongs like this, and they're larger and brass, but this is so fun. There's no marking on these. I got another little baby spoon. I have tons of these and I do collect them. So we'll style these here in just a second. And then I guess this is a little butter knife. I'm not sure, it's super tiny. I love all the tarnishing, and no, I will not be polishing these. I've been getting a lot of questions lately about why I don't polish my silver plate, and I love the tarnish, so they will stay this way. Okay, and then these are strange. They're spoons, but look how narrow they are. Hello? So what in the world are these for? Maybe you could let me know in the comments or take a guess what this is meant to serve. It does have this really pretty design in the inside right here, and then here, I think they're grapes. Now there is a marking on the back. It says 1881 Rogers A1, and then there's a tiny little mark that says patent, I think, January 08, so I guess 1908. I'm actually gonna pull out one of those catalogs, the Victorian reproduction catalogs, and see if I can find these in there, so maybe we'll do that together here in just a moment. Okay, next, I don't think I shared this in the thrifting. Got this adorable little basket for $1.50. I love this color. I was thinking about hanging it on my rod up here with all my baskets, but I might just try to find a spot for it somewhere else. This could be cute with just some cloth napkins and like a table setting situation on the inside. All right, and the last thing I brought home was this frame. Now y'all don't be mad at me. I did buy this to use it just for the frame, but I'll keep this piece in here. That way, if I ever do donate it back, it's in its original form. But this is a really pretty saying on the inside. And it's just not my style, but I do love it. This was $2.59, and I just think it would be nice to have a frame this shape on hand. Okay, now let's get some of these pieces styled and put up where they go. Okay, I have the little butter knife. I'll probably just stick it in here somewhere. I think it's too small. It would get lost there. So honestly, I'm not opposed to just kind of sticking it somewhere because I at the end of the day, this cabinet is supposed to be just a bunch of pretty things. And it's my cabinet. I can decorate it how I want. Now the spoons, this one's a little full. So I have another spot where I've been putting some more of those little tiny baby spoons. Let me show you. Oh, wait, I forgot about these little tongs. So this is my other pair of tongs. It's actually brass, and I've had it here since I found it. I'm not sure if this is gonna look good. That could be okay. It's like a little collection. I think I like that. Also, I switched this out. When I was showing y'all this cabinet originally for spring, I had mentioned I wished I had a sage one, and I found this in the guest room. So doesn't this look so pretty? It's that perfect green color, and it matches everything else. All right, here's where I'm gonna be putting the little spoon that I just brought home. This is another spot that I've been kind of adding some. And I don't think I've shared this space yet. This is how this part of the cabinet is looking for spring. Nothing's new in here since I shared it last. I added these books because they had some nice spring colors. So those are there. I have a cabbage plate, a tiny nativity sheep on some butter pats, a pretty blue napkin, and just some ironstone pieces. Okay, I wanted to show y'all this really quick. I'm not gonna have it styled like this right now. It's giving very fall, but I love this. This is what I meant about this basket looking cute with kind of a table setting situation. Like if this were just on the table, or if you had like a buffet or something nearby, it looks cute, like a little vignette, as if you're gonna just grab it and take it to the table for like coffee or dessert or something. I don't know, y'all get the point. But I think this looks so pretty as a vignette. All right, the last thing I want to do really quick, I pulled out one of my Victorian catalogs, well, the reproduction, but I want to see if I can find something that looks just like this to maybe get an idea of what it's used for. Instead of Googling it, this is so much more fun. So hopefully y'all enjoy this. But this one has mainly or more silverware pieces in comparison to the other ones I have. So I'm just gonna go through here and see if I can find any individual spoons that look similar. Like, look at all these gorgeous sugar spoons. Ugh. The only time I've ever seen this type of, well, no, these are silver plated, but when I go to Round Top, they always have the most gorgeous Victorian silver pieces. Oh, wait, this one's kind of similar, except it has these little divots right there, so I don't think it's that, but this one's called a cheese spoon. I don't know if this is a cheese spoon. Let's keep looking. My dream would be to find every single one of these pieces. There's some small tongs. This one's for bonbons, so maybe that's what my tongs are for. There's one. This says Aldine orange spoon. Maybe this is it. All right, here is the picture. Here it is up next to the picture. I don't know, they're not an exact match, but what do y'all think? Is this an orange spoon? This says Aldine orange spoon, full size, and look, it's almost exact. I don't know. And again, I could Google this, but this is so much more fun to compare. So y'all let me know down below, do you think this is an orange spoon or is it used for something else? Y'all know more than me when it comes to this type of stuff, but anyways, that's what I'm gonna go with, orange spoon. Okay, y'all, that's gonna wrap up today's thrifting and styling video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.